He was born into silence, but taught the world to listen. From the very beginning, the world tried to mute him. Born into a place where his voice was neither expected nor encouraged, he learned to live in the quiet, not by choice, by design. The system wasn't built for him. His ideas were dismissed before they were spoken, his thoughts judged before they were understood. But he watched, he learned. He listened to the way people spoke, not just their words but their tones, their pauses, the spaces in between. And in that silence he discovered a power. The power to observe, to feel deeply, to understand things others missed in their rush to be heard. He didn't interrupt, didn't compete for airtime. He just waited, and when he spoke he did so with intention, not many words but meaningful ones. At first no one noticed. They talked over him, smiled past him, acted as if his quiet presence was absence. But then something began to shift. People started leaning in, because when he spoke, it meant something. He didn't waste time on noise, he delivered truth. He told stories that lingered, asked questions that made others stop in their tracks. He had lived in silence for so long that he'd become fluent in it. And now his voice had weight, not because it was the loudest, but because it carried a history. He spoke for the unheard, for the child he once was, for those whose brilliance had been buried beneath bias and neglect. And slowly, the world listened, not because it was ready, but because he made it necessary. He showed up in rooms that once had no seat for him, and brought his own chair. He turned whispers into roars, not by volume but by truth. Now they call him wise, call him a leader, but he knows what he really is. A reminder that silence is not emptiness, that presence isn't defined by noise, and that sometimes the ones you overlook are the ones who teach you how to hear. He was born into silence, but he taught the world to listen.